Nicco, UFC champion, holding that belt proudly. I'm sure it's still kind of sinking in a little bit, but what is the emotion right now?
You know, gratitude. I feel like before the fight, I kept trying to hold back my tears just because of how far I've come, you know, with the help of so many people. I still live in my basement. That's what I was referring to on the Tough Talk. You know, I was like, I'll keep the belt in my basement because I live in a basement with my boyfriend, and we were dirt poor just before tonight, in all reality. You know, this has truly brought so much to my life and my family, you know, my people. I'm able to give back what a lot of people have helped me out with. So yeah, this means everything, means the world to me.
What was the last 24 hours or so like? I mean, to have everything change up before the biggest fight of your life, what were you doing? What was the process of getting to the fight?
So that night that Sarge was cutting, I was cutting along with her. Through my camp, I had broken a sesamoid bone, fractured my sesamoid bone, so I wasn't able to walk for a while. It was like, it's literally broken still right now, technically. So I went to the doctors to get a localized cortisone shot the day before weigh-ins, Wednesday, and then I went to the PI right after, did my tough interview with Karen, and then I started cutting weight, and it was just me and Sarge at the PI. You know, I can't thank those guys enough either, Clint and Bobby, and I cut weight with Sarge up until 3 a.m. It's not a smart move for sure, but both of us were struggling together, but we understood that that wasn't our battle. Our battle was in the cage, so in the octagon, so we were trying to help each other through the cut. You know, unfortunately, her body was shutting down, and by the time I made weight, she was getting shipped out, or she wasn't getting shipped out, but they were telling her she couldn't do it anymore. And so I heard that, and I was still kind of out of it, so I was like, well, I don't know what to think, and my foot was hurting by then, like a lot, because the fluid was, I don't know, being irritated. And then yesterday, weighed in, and I couldn't walk again, so Bobby from the PI came over, and he massaged out the cortisone shot, and it helped out. Last night, I probably had like maybe 10% of 100 of mobility in my left foot, so I thought I wasn't going to be able to fight, even after struggling for that weight cut. So it was such an emotional roller coaster, but I kept in it. You know, I told myself I made it through the tough competition. I've come this far. Don't give up now, mind over body. You know, keep your spirit alive. And so many people were here, and I felt the vibe, so I kept strong, and everything worked out.
How did your foot feel tonight? And I mean, going through a war like that, I mean,
yeah.
How did it affect you?
You know, it's still hard to find the full range of mobility. It's still hard to sit and plant to pivot. It's still hard to shoot since I'm a southpaw. That's my penetration foot for most orthodox people. So it's still pretty stiff, but for the most part, the cortisone shot started to kick in tonight, you know, at the very last second. Like, everything just worked together at the very last second, and you know, I just had to keep believing.
Last thing for me, I mean, I know you want to enjoy this moment, but because of this amazing run that you had, you're now a 4-2 UFC champion. You got to imagine that everybody in the division is going to go,
oh
hey, I got that girl, I want that one. So do you feel like there's going to be a target on your back? And what is it, I mean, how do you address people that are like, she's 4-2 and she's a champ?
Definitely, there's a target on my back. You know, I think everybody was expecting that through the show, whoever the winner was going to be. There was going to be some girls coming after her, but you know, I never lost faith, and I'm going to keep believing that I'm the strongest person that I can be. That's all I can do, and with that said, you know, I'm going to stay on top for as long as I can manage.
I guess one last thing for me, knowing that you were in poverty before this, I mean, do you have any plans for a check that's coming, or any idea of what it might come next?
Yeah, it's going to go into saving. I'm going to go move to an apartment with some water pressure, and then, you know, buy some good stuff, some good food, and buy some treats for my cats.
When you talk about that, like how much the money means to you, and how this could change your life, does that make it easier or tougher to fight? Like, there's all the pressure to do that, but at the same time, like, the motivation is there.
Yeah, the motivation stays strong with me. You know, I don't really let the pressure hold me back. You know, if I did, I wouldn't be here. I'd be self-sabotaging myself. A lot of people believe that I could do this, and it just took me to believe that through the tough competition. And now that I've come this far, there's nothing holding me back. Obviously, my coaches know what they're doing. You know, as long as I listen, pay attention, and learn, and stay humble, I'm gonna keep going far.
Sorry,
What was going through your mind in the last 20 seconds when she almost got that arm?
Oh, right. I totally forgot about that. I was just like, no way, Rox. Sorry, Soxy Roxy. I love you, girl. You're my, you're my homie. You're a vet, but you're not fucking taking this from me. Sorry.
Did it feel like she was close to getting it?
Yeah, yeah, it did. But I was like, like if you're a competitor and you go hard, you feel like your lungs are on fire. I didn't feel it quite yet, so I knew I had a little bit more in me. So I was like, don't give up on yourself, Nicco. You're at war, Kill her.
You told us the other day before the fight. You said there was a time when you kind of looked around and you were like, "Wow, am I supposed to be here?" Like you saw all the other names there and everything else, but then you kind of eventually got to the point of like, "Hey, I belong here and I'm good." Was there a point during the season where you're like, "I could win this"?
Oh yeah. After my first fight with Lauren, I was like, she's the number 3 seed, and I was able to beat her. And then Montana, and I was like, well, I was able to beat her without having the social media or any distraction in the show. Like, it really helped me to just dig deep and focus on what's inside, and be truthful and honest in what I think I could accomplish. So that show definitely helped with my confidence.
Being close to those girls, like inside the house, and now that you guys are a new division. How does it feel to know that you probably are going to face a lot of those faces in the future?
It's the same. I really don't think too much or too hard on being the underdog, on being like, you have to win this fight. I was looking at this fight like I was going to fight Roxy. Before coming to 125, I was fighting 35. I was fighting some big girls at 35. I've eaten some really hard punches at 35. And even those fights, I gave it my all. A couple of fights I lost, and I came out still with a smile on my face. And I think Roxy and I both have that mentality of being happy with our show, making sure that we put 100% out in the cage and we leave it all out there so we don't come out thinking I could have done this, I could have done that. And I think a lot of the girls have the same feelings too, and that's why we all appreciate each other.
Have you looked in the mirror with the belt on your shoulder yet?
No, I haven't. I'm just carrying this around like la-di-da. I'm going to look and I'm going to be like, bah! Oh gosh, I keep looking at it and I don't want to put fingerprints on it. So,
I would imagine it hasn't really set in yet that like you have the belt. So, are you kind of looking forward to that point of like, oh, this is real?
Yeah, I think my mentality, I'll get excited for sure, but I'm not going to be settled. I'm a champ with or without the belt. I know how much I've put in, how much heart I've put in. This belt means everything, but it also is just a superficial thing technically in the whole aspect of the game of learning who I am and what I can do, how strong I can be.
How many people did you bring here tonight?
I have no idea. I think the whole res is here. All of the res is. I don't know.
What's it going to be like when you take the belt back there?
Back to the res? Oh, I have no idea. I've been wanting to go to the schools. I want to go back to Chinle, want to go back to Saley, Lagachigai, and just tell the kids out there, a lot of the time morale can get low out there. It's kind of a lot of people think it's a really poor place, but we know how to live off the land. We know how to use the necessities of everything and not just take everything for granted. So in that aspect, I just want to remind all the kids that you don't need things, you just need to know what's true.
Question, who was your mom FaceTiming during your win,
I have no idea. Did she almost get kicked out? Just kidding. I don't know.
Thank you so much. Congrats.
Yeah.